My dear student, here exercise 6.2, it's a question number 4. In the figure, if PQ parallel ST, angle PQR equal to 110 degree and angle RST equal to 130 degree. Find angle QRS. So my dear student, in the figure you are finding this PQ. This is parallel to ST. PQ parallel to ST. For that, how could we say little bit extension I am doing? If it is parallel, then I am drawing here. PQ produce one more line, that is the opposite direction. So the name of that line I am choosing here, giving the name M. This is M point I am choosing. So first line in the solution I need to write here, produce PQ2. Produce PQ to intersect. Actually it must be intersect to another line. Intersect which line? SR. It is intersecting SR. Okay. That is intersecting SR at a point M. At a point M. Okay. M we can construct. This is in our hand. According to the requirement of the question, we can construct a line. Okay. Now, can I say now PM parallel ST? Is it true? This PM, this line which is parallel ST, this line if I extend, okay, send this line and this line, they will become parallel because they are not intersecting line. Clear to you? Now, if they are forming parallel line, then one important result. Can I say angle SMQ and angle TSM? Which type of angle they are? Angle SMQ. Look at your screen. SMQ means this angle. I am talking about this angle. SMQ and TSM. TSM means this angle. Which type of angle they are? These two angles. This will become transversal. Yes, they are correct. Alternate interior angles. You are correct. Once again, look at your screen. Angle SMQ, this angle I am talking about, and TSM, this much I am taking. TSM, if you say TSR, then also it's correct. So this is also alternate interior angles. Now, one of the value is already given. This angle is 130. So what is the value of SMQ? That will be also 130. This is 130. So this will be 130. As we know, alternate interior angles are always equal. Now we are going to find angle QMR. QMR. Look at your screen. QMR. How to find this angle? How to find this angle? So can I say this and this angle, they are both are forming linear pair? So I need to subtract another angle from it. 180 minus 130, that is equal to 50 degree. By which condition? They both are forming linear pair. So it's a sum must be 180 degree. Means sum of this angle and this angle, they must be 180 degree. They are forming linear pair. Clear to you? Now, let's see the further. So, my dear student, here QR is a standing line on PM. Agree? QR is a standing line on PM. So, I need to mention here QR is a standing line on PM. If it is standing line on PM at Q point, you can mention also at Q point, then also it's okay. If it is standing line then the sum of angle PQR plus angle MQR, this must be 180 degree. They are forming linear pair again. You can mention here linear pair. Okay. And out of these two angles, one of the angle, it's a value we are knowing, 110 degree. So let me note down, this is 110. So what will be the value of angle MQR? Let's make a subject. Then MQR will be 180 minus 110. So it will be angle MQR, that is equal to 180 minus 110. As you already told me, 70 degree. The value of this angle 70 degree. So finally, these two angles, we got the value of this angle. It was 50 degree. This is coming 70 degree. So let's find the third angle. So now we need to work out on triangle. Which triangle I am talking about? In triangle QRM. In triangle QRM, angle Q plus angle R plus angle M. If you write individually, then also it's okay, 180 degree. By angle sum property of triangle, this is by angle sum property of a triangle. Okay. If this is like that, then let's substitute the required value. So let's insert the value. Angle Q, it means this angle, its value is 70 degree already with us. Plus angle R. R means this we need to find. Can I write in angle R in place of that angle QRS? Because R can be classified as QRS also. And what about this angle? This already we have its value. It was 50 degree. And the sum of all three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Now 70 plus 50, that is 120. So 180 minus 120. So my dear student, it is coming 60 degree. So the final answer, I should say, angle QRS, its value is 60 degree. It is complete solution here. Question number 5. In the figure, if AB parallel CD, angle APQ equal to 50 degree and angle PRD equal to 127 degree. Find X and Y. So my dear student, the figure is here. It is given. Here you find AB, which is parallel to CD. Already given. So let's note down in the first line what we are given. As we are given AB parallel CD. Then can I say PQ intersect them at 2 points P and Q. Here P and this Q point. Okay. They will become the transversal. If AB parallel CD, then can I say PQ is a transversal line of it? And it intersect PQ at AB at two different points P and Q. If it is transversal line, then can I say through this result angle PQR, that is equal to angle APQ. Which type of angle they are? PQR and APQ, they are alternate interior angles. Angle PQR, observe, PQR means this angle. APQ, APQ, this angle, internal. This angle and this angle, they are alternate interior angles. Clear to you? Now, but as we know, angle APQ equal to, what is the measurement of angle APQ here? APQ. and this is PQR. This angle, I'm talking about not this, sorry. This angle and this angle. These are alternate interior angles, okay? So they are forming alternate interior angles and it's a value. One of the angle is already given, that is 50 degree. So I need to say here, this is X. So I need to say X and this is 50 degree. So X equal to 50 degree. As actually we are already given angle APQ equal to 60 degree. 50 degree. 50 degree. So X equal to 50 degree. The value of X which we have to find, it will be equal to its alternate interior angles. So it is 50 degree. Now one more condition with us. If AB parallel CD, as I have taken PQ as a transversal, this time can I say PR is a transversal line, AB parallel CD and PR is a transversal, okay, which intersect AB at point P and CD at point R. This is transversal. So again they are forming angle. Can I say angle APR and PRD? They are similar. They are also alternate interior angles. You can see which are they? Angle APR. APR. I am talking about this full complete angle APR. This complete angle APR, which will be equal to PRD. This much portion, complete portion must be equal with this much complete portion. They are also alternate interior angles. Clear to you? If they are alternate interior angles, then what about APR? It is not given. APR, full angle not given. But we can say it is the sum of these two angles. So they are which angle? So let me note down. It is angle sum of angle APQ plus QPR. They are the sum of APQ and QPR, means combining these two angles, this and this, they are forming this complete angle APR. And here it is angle PRD. That is already given 127. So let me note down, this is 127 degree. Now my dear, here APQ already with us, that is 50 degree. And what about angle QPR? That is not given. So I am putting Y in place of that, and that is 127 degree. Now it's easy to find the value of Y. Let's make a subject to Y. So 127 minus 50. What it will be? Now after transposing 50 degree to that side, the value of Y will be 127 degree minus 50 degree. Okay, what is that, beta? 127 minus 50 is 77 degree, correct? So there are two questions. In the question we are asked to find the value of X. As we found, the value of X is 50 degree and the value of Y, that is coming 77 degree. So here this is the complete solution of question number 5. Clear to you? Correct. So my dear student, question number 6. In the figure, PQ and RS are two plane mirrors placed parallel to each other. An incident ray AB strikes the mirror PQ at B. The reflected ray moves along the path BC and strikes the mirror RS at C and again reflects back along CD. Prove that AB parallels CD. This we have to prove. So my dear student, the figure is on your screen. See, PB and this, see, you just observe which we are given. PQ and RS are two plane mirror. These are two plane mirrors, agree? And in that we are given an incident ray AB. You are finding an incident ray. This is A point and this is B point. Okay, here I need to mention B point. This we are given in the question. This is B point. They are incident rays. This is incident rays, that is strike to the mirror PQ at point B. It is quite visible, and it reflect ray. Then it is reflecting, and that is providing the path BC and strike to the mirror RS. It touch and strike to the mirror RS at C point. Okay, and again it reflects back from there, and they are moving to the path CD. It is moving to the path CD. Simply we need to prove that this AB and this CD, they are parallel. This AB and CD, they are parallel lines. Clear to you? So question explanation also I have done. First of all, my dear student, here PQ parallel RS, that is already we are given. Two parallel mirrors are placed parallel. So first important result with us is PQ parallel RS. Okay. Now, can I say the incident ray AB after reflection, it take the path BC and then CD? Miss AB proceed to BC and then CD. Clear? So, one thing we need to do it here. We need to construct something that is parallel line. So, let's draw one parallel line here from B point and from C point. So, how to move with that? Here I am showing it with her. Here you are finding parallel line. Okay, this is perpendicular line. Sorry, this is perpendicular line. You also need to draw, this is perpendicular line. Okay, so let me give the naming of it. I should say it is BN and CM. This is BN and this is CM line. This is CM and BN. These two lines are perpendicular lines we are drawing with the PQ and RS. Okay, so let's note down that also. That is called normal in the physics language. Okay, so we need to mention BN and PQ, BN and CM are, they are called the normals actually. Okay, they are the normals to the plane mirror, to the plane plane mirrors. What are the names? First mirror is PQ and another mirror is RS respectively. One by one respectively we are mentioning. For PQ it is at BN and for RS mirror it is normally CM. Okay, now it implies that it stands standing perpendicular. So can I say BN perpendicular PQ? This is perpendicular to PQ, and one more result CM, that is perpendicular to RS. BN perpendicular to PQ, CM perpendicular to RS, and one more result with us PQ parallel RS. This is already we are having these three things. It gives the information. It implies that now we can say BN is perpendicular to RS also, as it is not only perpendicular to PQ but BN is perpendicular to RS also if we extend it. Okay, similarly if it is perpendicular, then I can say BN parallel CM. This line BN, that is parallel to CM. These two lines are parallel. BN parallel CM. This is I have written CM. Now here we are having BM and CM, they are two parallel lines. If these two lines are parallel, now next step, BN parallel CM, then what will be? It's a transversal. If BN and CM, they are parallel, then can I say BC is the transversal of it? Again I am explaining, BN and CM, they are parallel lines. So BC will become the transversal. So BN parallel CM and BC is the transversal of it. So BC is called the transversal line. Now they are forming some angle, but here name of the angle not given, so we are constructing and naming it angle 1 2 3 4. So this angle, just here angle 1, this is angle 2, this is angle 3, with very small writing I am writing, this is 4, angle 4. I am starting from here, 1 angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and this is angle 4. Okay. Now according to this, let's apply the property of parallel lines and transversal lines. Now what is the relationship between angle 2 and angle 3? What about angle 2 and the angle 3? They are equal. What is the reason? Because they are alternate interior angles. That's why they are equal. Now next, but now next. Now next step, my dear student, as we know, but according to this, this is the normal, so I can say angle 1 equal to angle 2, because this is CM is the normal, so both of this angle will become similar, and 3 equal to 4 also. This is the law of reflection, you know, that we have studied in physics, law of reflection. If the normal is cutting to it, then both of this angle will be similar. So can I say now, if I add angle 1 plus angle 2 this side, that is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4, because both of them are similar. So if I add both the side to them, then isn't any issue for that. Okay. Now as already in the first result we have proved that angle 2 equal to angle 3, angle 2 equal to angle 3. So can I write here angle 1 plus angle 2, and this is 2 plus 2. Sorry, because we are adding 2 to both the sides now. Once again I am explaining, angle 1 equal to angle 2. Okay. This is equal already through this result. I am adding angle to both the sides. So in the next step, one more result with us. This is the result, first result, and for this also one more result with us, angle 3 and this angle 4. Okay, here also I am adding angle 4. I think I need to add angle 4 here, then it will be angle 4 is here and angle 3 will be here. 3 I am adding, angle 3 equal to angle 3, I am adding both the sides. Okay, this is only to make you aware, we are adding angle to both the sides for the one number, and 3 and 4 already there, I am adding angle 3 both the sides. Okay. Now in the according to the first result, can I say here angle 1 plus angle 2, the sum of these two angle equal to 2 into angle 2, 2 into angle 2, because 2 times it is, so 2 into angle 2. Same thing for this also I am mentioning, but I am mentioning this here, angle 3 plus angle 4 equal to 2 times angle 3. Sum of these two angle is 2 into angle 3. Now next step we can say therefore angle 1 plus angle 2 equal to, these both are similar here, 2 into angle 3. Yeah, it is correct. So we can say angle 1 plus angle 2 equal to angle 3 plus angle 4. What is the reason why I have written angle 2 and angle 3? They are so different. But as we already proved in the beginning only, these two angles, they are similar. So in place of angle 2, I can write angle 2 here also. In place of 3, I can mention angle 2. In angle 2, in place of that angle 3. So I can say both of this right side similar. Right side similar, so left side should be also similar. So I need to mention also how we are coming to this topic, because we know angle 2 and 3 are similar. So 2 into angle 2 equal to, we can write 2 into angle 3, they are similar. Okay, this result we are going to apply here. That's why this important result with us, angle 1 plus angle 2, that is equal to angle 3 plus angle 4, means these two angles similar. So I can say BCD, and this is for ABC, they are similar. So let's proceed further. So my dear student, here angle ABC, because this 1 and 2, this include angle BCD. You can mention BCD to the left side. This is 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, that is ABC. Both are similar. Therefore, lines AB and CD, they are intersected. They are intersected by transversal line, by transversal BC, that we need to prove according to the question. BC is the transversal of these two lines AB and CD. Therefore, angle ABC, that is equal to angle BCD, right? ABC equal to BCD. That's why we can have these two angles similar. Therefore, that why we can write this topic, this point, it is because alternate interior angles are equal. You can mention alternate interior angles are equal. Through that only we are coming to this point. This we are writing angle ABC equal to angle BCD. If they are equal, alternate angles are equal, the property of transversal line says AB parallel CD. This is the requirement of the question, that is hence proved. This is the complete solution of question number 6.